Welcher Marsch, du feige Ratte!
Stop! You're going the wrong way!
No, you are. It's a death sentence back there.
And I think I can tell east from west, thank you. I've been fighting them on this front for 4 years.
But they only landed at Normandy last June.
Normandy? But that's not on the Eastern Front.
Well, neither are we. Oh.
Yeah, the Red Army is right there.
Well, we have been fighting the Western Allies over there. Yeah.
Oh.
What?
No, nothing. No.
What?
Oh, just, you've kind of been playing World War II on easy mode, haven't you?
Easy mode?
Well, yeah, the Western Allies. They're just a bit easier, aren't they?
The what? Invading a country whose principal military export is used Soviet officers' caps with suspicious holes in?
Oh, I bet the Americans signed the Geneva Accord, didn't they? Must be nice. Do you know you would have shat your non-winter issue battle dress if you'd have come across the Red Army. I did, first couple of times.
Remind me, it's called the Red Army because all they do is bleed all over the place wherever they go, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I'd have cut them to pieces if they tried their wave attack shit on me. Yeah, hey.
Well, the grass is always greener.
Grass? Try bocage. Comes up to here.
You didn't let me finish. The grass is always greener and goes on forever because you're in a Russian steppe and it's massive and there's fuck all else there.
Look, let's not get bogged down with whose front was more brutal than whose.
Bogged down? You don't know bogged down till you've been through a Russian rainy season. I think I've killed a couple of bogged down. Oh, it's bogged down, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm just saying, turning this into a pissing contest isn't going to get us anywhere.
At least we can have a pissing contest here. At Stalingrad, it was so cold, it'd freeze before it hit the ground. And then you'd get frostbite and your knob would fall off.
Oh, so that's why there were no thrusting advances after 43. You'd all lost your spearhead. Yeah. Ooh.
Irony is, I'd only got my Schneider out to check it was still there. Then the wind changed and whoosh, it was off down the street. Not that you know what that's like in the West, where the skies are blue.
And full of Allied aircraft. I mean, you couldn't use the roads. Traffic was chock-a-block.
Roads? I used to dream of roads. The click-clacking of steel bands on freshly laid asphalt. Before being woken up to push another requisitioned French delivery van out of a stinking quagmire.
You want to talk about wet? I did 6 weeks garrison on the Channel Islands. The roar of the Atlantic crashing against the sea wall. Let me tell you, Guernsey can get bloody rough in April.
Let's just agree, some of us have been more fortunate in our deployments than others.
I couldn't agree more with that statement. Some of us have had it really hard.
Yeah, f***ing me! While you've been porking your way through France.
Look, some of those girls, they could have been in the resistance, and that would have been dangerous, I reckon.
No, by porking, I mean you look like Goering's food taster, Army Group Centre.
Yeah, well, it wasn't all fun and games there, and I bet you had the odd party.
San?
What?
We had partisans.
Are they as fun as they sound?
No. And besides, the Eastern Front's not populated enough for actual parties.
Well, not anymore, you cheeky little rascal. Look, hold on.
Can't.
What?
We can't hold anything these days.
Wow, that's frostbite for you. Yeah.
Leningrad, Warsaw, I mean, we couldn't hold a piss up in an underground beer hall.
Well, you couldn't piss at all from the sounds of things.
Look, name me one thing that's easier about fighting the Soviet Red Army than the Americans.
And the British and Commonwealth forces. Don't leave them out. What?
What? No, nothing. Go on, anyway, name me one thing that's easier about fighting the Soviets. Go on.
The size.
Are you joking? The place is the size of, well, Russia. I mean, there's hardly anything bigger to compare it to, apart from maybe the moon. and they'll probably get there first as well and claim that.
No, I mean the size of the Russians themselves, you know, the...
Well, naturally, I mean, what with the Soviet starvation and the lack of agricultural development generally, they are of a smaller stature. But at the end of the day, it does make them a lot harder to hit, and they are very desperate. But, you know, the front line is a lot bigger than it is on the Western Front, so...
Well, that's why there were more of you sent east to fill it, you know, starving the Western Front of men and equipment, I might add.
And there's less of us left. I mean, what does that tell you?
I think you were just crap, you know? I mean, I reckon Stalin's killed more Soviets than you have. You might only be the second best at killing Soviets in the Soviet Union. I mean, picture that time they burnt down Moscow all by themselves. It's more than you've done, isn't it?
Do you know what? I think you're right.
What?
Yeah, I've been thinking. The Western Front, it was actually a lot worse than the Eastern Front.
No, the Eastern Front probably had its fair share of the fighting. On reflection, maybe you had it harder.
And on the Western Front? No, I can see why you'd run away to the easy side over here. I mean...
No, I wasn't running away. No, I actually heard the Eastern Front was falling and I came to fix it for you, you know.
Oh, that is very brave of you, isn't it?
And I think that you are very brave too.
Well, that's good, because we are surrounded on all sides. Almost reminds me of, Feliz.
Stalingrad.
Stalin where? No, God, no, that was a tiny little battle, really. If we're going to spread it to anyone, best we go west. I mean, they're so powerful, they're bound to win any future ideological conflict.
Yeah, I suppose we could go west, yeah. We should to avoid the...
Right, great, let's go. Ooh, lovely roads over here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look, I'm telling you, there's no way that FDR would beat the shit out of Stalin.
He would, he'd batter him.
Stalin would put FDR in a wheelchair.
He was already in a wheelchair.
See?
It doesn't matter, he's dead now, so it doesn't matter, does it?
Well, exactly. Stalin's outlived him. Tougher.
What about Churchill?
Quite.
What about Churchill?
No, look, there's a friendly soldier over there. I thought you said you were overrun and it was a death sentence back here.
Yeah, probably a good time to mention, actually. I was running from the Allies, but...
Yeah?
Nobody else was.
What?
Oh, hello again.
I'm not with him. I've come from the Eastern Front.
Eastern Front? That's easy.
What?
I was there the first time, in 1917.
Well, see, now I heard that was a picnic, and you all basically just gave up and then surrendered like a bunch
Shut
of
the
sissy
fuck up.
quip.